expansion of the product of two algebraic expressions. So here we have two expressions that is of addition or subtraction relationship that is sitting in two different brackets. So here's one expression, here's another expression. They are multiplied together. So what works is like this. Supposing if you have A and B, two people in this one room. Well, they are in the same room, they know each other, right? And C and D is another two person in another room. Okay, they know each other, but A and B do not know C and D. So when A and B goes to meet C and D, A goes to shake hands with C, and A goes to shake hands with D because they have never met before, right? Then B goes shake hands with C, B goes shake hands with D. Yeah, so there's going to be 4 handshakes, right? In the same way, this lines represents the multiplication relationships between A, C, A, D and B, C, B, D. Yeah, so that's what the expansion of this kind of expressions is going to result in. A times C is AC, A times D is plus AD. Okay, then plus BC plus BD. Then over here we have A times C plus A times D plus A times E. So this A is going to multiply into these three numbers. The B likewise multiply into these three. Yeah, so we have a AC plus AD plus AE plus BC plus BD plus BE. Example 2, product of two or more algebraic expressions. So here we expand each of the following. Part A, we have x plus 2 times x plus 3. Okay, this one very simple. The x is multiplied to the x and the x multiplied to the 3 plus 2 multiplied to the x plus 2 multiplied to the 3. Okay, they are all addition relationships after the expansion. So x times x is x squared plus x times 3 is 3x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. If you look at this, you expect to see two like terms. Okay, whenever you have x plus constant times x plus constant, right? You have two x terms and you add them up. You have x squared plus 3 plus 2 is 5x plus 6. Alright, that's A. B, 3x plus 2y times x minus 4y. Okay, so we begin to have a negative sign, which is actually the source of all your problems in all the algebraic questions. Okay, without negative signs, then all your questions will be a lot more easier. 3x times x, okay, and then you have 3x times negative 4y. Okay, so this is where your sign changes. Now, you think about it, 3x times x is a positive term, 3x times negative 4y is negative term. So after you expand out, you expect to see a plus and then a minus. And then here again, positive times positive, positive. Positive times negative is negative. So you have positive, negative again. After you expand, you can check the signs of your terms and see if there's any mistakes there. So we have 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 4y is minus 12xy. Okay, you have x, you have y, so you have xy. Plus 2x times y, you have 2xy. 2 times 4 is 8, but then it's a negative. So you have negative 8. Y is y squared. Okay, so let's look here. X squared terms, xy terms over here, and xy term over here. Okay, these two you can simplify. And we have 3x squared minus 10xy minus 8y squared. Okay, so this is what you get. Part C. Here we have 3 times of x minus 2 times 4 minus 2x. Okay, now we have 3 groups in fact. Okay, the first is the 3, and then you have x minus 2. Then you have 4 minus 2x. So it's 3 different parts. Very simple, you just do 2 at a time. For me personally, I like to just leave the 3 alone. And I expand this 2. Okay, so I gotta have a bracket here. X times 4 is 4x. X times negative 2x is negative 2x squared. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Watch this. Negative times negative is positive 4x. Let's simplify this a little. So we see that the 4x here and the 4x here, like terms, so we add up. Okay, normally we write the x squared term first, so I'm going to do that. Negative 2x squared, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 8x, minus 8. Now I multiply in the 3, so all of this will just times 3, right? And the sign doesn't change because the 3 here is positive, so you have negative, positive, negative, right? So negative 3 times 2 is 6x squared, 3 times 8 is 24, so you have plus 24x, 3 times negative 8 is also a negative 24. Part D, we have more complicated stuff here. 2x squared minus 1 times 8x minus 5. Okay, so again, it's the same thing, it's just that this x squared multiplied with the x gives you an x cubed. Okay, 2 times 8 is 16, the numbers part is 16. X squared times x is x cubed. So now this 2x will multiply with the negative 5. We did this, now we're going to do this. Okay. Now if you need to, you draw the boxes, right? Because, I don't know, some students find it hard to see the terms without drawing the boxes. So if you need to, just go ahead, it's okay. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 x squared. Then you have negative 1 times 8 is negative 8 x. Negative 1 times negative 5 is a positive 5. Here we have a 16x cubed, 10x squared, x term, constant term. There is nothing to simplify because x cubed term, x squared term, x term, constant term, they are all unlike terms. Okay, so there's no way for you to simplify this, and this is the answer, just leave it. Part E, 5 minus bracket 2x plus 7 times x plus 4. So we gotta multiply this out. 2x times x, 2x times 4, 7 times x, 7 times 4, but there is something that's tricky here, which is this negative sign. After we expand them, they will all still be in a bracket because they're all subjected to this negative sign. So I'm going to leave this 5 here, minus here, bracket here, okay? And I'm going to leave the results of the expansion in the bracket. So you have 2x times x is 2x squared, 2x times 4 is an 8x, 7 times x is plus 7x, then 7 times 4 is a plus 28. Simplify whatever is in the bracket, and we see that this 8x plus 7x here are like terms. So you have 5 minus bracket 2x squared plus 15x plus 28. Then this negative sign, okay, is given to all the terms in there. So you have 5 minus 2x squared. Before this negative sign is given, all these are positive terms. So that means after taking a negative sign, all will be negative terms. So we have negative 2x squared minus 15x and then minus 28. The like terms will be 5 here, positive 5 and negative 28. So we simplify them and we write the x squared term first. X term, no change. 5 minus 28 is negative 23. Okay, and that's it. Finally, part F, we have x times 5x minus 2 minus 3 x minus 2 x plus 4. First thing is that this is one chunk, this is another. This one is 3 parts, so you have the 3 and you have the x minus 2 and your x plus 4. Okay, so as I discussed earlier, this one we just multiply as usual, and this one we can multiply the x minus 2 times x plus 4 first, and then we bring in the 3. X times 5x is 5x squared. X times negative 2, negative 2x. Okay, minus 3, I'm going to leave it here first. This one we multiply, x times x is x squared. X times positive 4 is positive 4x. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 4 is negative 8. Look for the like terms. We have this too. Okay, here we leave it first. Okay, I'll just keep this negative 3 here first. X squared. 4 minus 2 is 2, so we have plus 2x. Minus 8. Okay. Now, there's two ways to do this. There are, in fact, two parts to the multiplication. So you can just multiply in the 3 and then you bring in the negative sign. Or you can just multiply in negative 3 to all and there'll be no more brackets at all. Okay, of course, I would choose the option 2 because it's faster and it's not too difficult to do actually. Negative 3 times x squared is negative 3x squared. Okay, so this is where you have to be careful. The subsequent terms also take the negative sign. Positive becomes negative. 3 times 2 is 6, and then you have x. The third one is negative times negative is positive. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, so let's simplify the like terms. 5x squared minus 3x squared gives me 2x squared. Then we have negative 2x minus 6x. This gives us negative 8x. Okay, 24, there's no other terms to simplify with, so we just leave it. Alright, that's it. You give it a try. Share with me what questions you have in the comment section below. Please like this video if you have enjoyed it. Hit the bell button and subscribe. Thanks and see you in the next video.